Good morning on a Friday morning, Top Fan Rivalry followers, and welcome to the locker room episode of the weekly review. Hope you guys are doing well. I got Jackson with me. Let's go, Jackson. We got a lot to talk about. We didn't cover last week. We were traveling. You were busy. We didn't get to it last week. So let's just dive right in, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
What happened since last week? A certain team is the best team in baseball now, record wise.
yeah, certain team is the best team in baseball. I wonder what he's referring to. But for those of you that don't listen to this, what we do is we go back and forth. We pick three topics that we want to discuss for the weekly review for a little bit. We run for about a half hour, give or take, and then we maybe have an honorable mention or two. So, Jackson, start us out with numero uno.
Well, how about the Atlanta Braves?
Yeah,
Uh,
knew that was
they're coming
coming.
out a 22-4 June. They've extended their division lead to 8 games now. Uh, they've won like 22 of their last 26 still. They're crazy. They swept Miami over the weekend, and they just took 2 out of 3 from Cleveland on the road. Um, I'm a Braves fan. I'm going to be a homer a little bit. 8 All-Stars. Uh, team looks good. They've scored like 90 something first inning runs this year. Start averaging more than one a game. And yeah, they look good, Bill. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and fluff it out. They just look good. They look, and it feels good as a Braves fan to have a team that you can sit here and just, it's relaxing baseball to watch at night because they're going to be they're going to the game.
There you go. Well, okay. I mean, I like it. I mean, I knew you were going to bring that up. I mean, everybody offline, Jackson was like, we got so much to talk about. And I kept thinking, when are the Braves going to come up? I know the Braves are going to come up. When are the Braves going to come up? I
I
knew
was
it was
just gonna get
coming.
I was just gonna get it out of the way early.
Get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. You're good. You're good to go. You're good to go. All right. So what's my numero uno? How about the Cincinnati Red Stockings? This is a team that has this is a team that is just phenomenal. First of all, they are turning the corner. They got a spark plug in Ellie De La Cruz. I know we talked about these guys a couple weeks ago, but they're in the lead in the division for the Central. So you can't not like this team. They're young kids. They're good. I mean, you can't not like them. Thoughts?
Yeah, they have good young pitching to Green and Nick Lodolo for a while. But they have Abbott, who's the top prospect. He threw like 7 1/3 scoreless innings the other night and struck out like 12 batters. So I think it's a team definitely on the rise. It'll be interesting to see how they approach the trade deadline. If they take an aggressive approach or they take the Baltimore approach of last year and kind of hold on to all the young guys, and just show up the next year better because this team's going to be better next year, which is a
Yeah,
crazy thought.
they're a fun team to watch. They're exciting, and it's good to see Great American Ballpark finally filled again.
Yeah, they got a lot of speed and they got some pop too. So it's a really fun team to watch because they make stuff happen when they're at the plate. They put the ball in play.
100%. 100%. All right, what do you got for number two?
Uh, uh, jump on over to the Angels. I'm sure everyone's heard Mike Trout got hurt and he fractured his hamate bone or haymate bone or however you say that in his hand. So he's going to be out 4 to 8 weeks with surgery. But I'm just going to read you a list of some of the players that the Angels have on the injured list, Bill.
Okay.
Uh, I want to hear your thoughts. So they have their rookie starting shortstop, Zach Neto, has had a strained oblique. He's been out for a couple weeks. Uh, he's on the 10-day injured list currently. Brandon Drury has a shoulder contusion. He's been out for a little while as well. He's on the 10-day injured list. So Mike Trout, we mentioned him. They're out relief pitchers Matt Moore and Ben Joyce. They're both on the 15-day DL or 15-day IL with no timetable for return. They're out both their starting catcher, Max Stassi, who's on the 60-day IL with no timetable return. Logan O'Hoppe, who was the backup, then became the starter, has shoulder surgery from a torn labrum. He's been out since April. He might be out for the year. He might come back in September. They don't know. They're out relievers Jose Quiata and Austin Warren both had Tommy John surgery. And then Gio Urshela, who was their other utility guy other than Brandon Drury, he fractured his pelvis. He's probably out for the season. So they have a whole infield and probably half a bullpen on the injured list if you take a look at their injury report. And you know, are you worried for the Angels? Is it starting to be too much? Or can
Well,
Shohei carry it?
yes. Am I worried for the Angels? Yes. And simply put, yes, the injury report sucks. They've got a ton of people on the injury report. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
I mean,
But
I actually forgot to mention Anthony Rendon, who just came back from the injured list and fouled the ball off his knee and couldn't walk. So he's not on the injured list again, but he might be for like the fourth time this season.
yeah, yeah. So am I worried about the Angels? If I were an Angel fan, is it time to start worrying? Yes, and I'll tell you why. Um, I'll tell you why it's time to stop or start worrying. Because with that Trout out, you can pitch around Ohtani. Okay. So now without that 1-2 punch of Trout Ohtani, you can pitch around Ohtani. Let's not forget that the Houston Astros are on fire as of late. So are the Texas Rangers. So now all of a sudden you've got the first two teams that are leading that division, and they're both playing very good ball. You're going to see the Angels get separated, especially when you have the Padres. I'm sorry, the Angels like losing to teams like the Padres, right?
They got swept by the Padres.
Right. The Angels are currently 7 games out of first place. There's a lot of, you know, Seattle's only a game behind them. Seattle could overtake them. So are the Angels in trouble? Define trouble. You still got what 80 games left in the season or whatnot, but you still have, well, you don't even have that many. You've got about 70 games left in the season. So are they in trouble? We'll see. But
Yeah, I mean, they should be worried if Trout's out more than 4 weeks. If he's out 8 weeks, that might sink him.
well, the last thing that I heard was Trout was out for 6 weeks minimum.
I was hearing 4 is the fat. Jose Ramirez in 2021 came back from the same injury in 4 weeks. So it it's possible.
Yep, 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 yep. So, okay, so I'm gonna talk, and I can never pronounce this guy's name right. How do you pronounce it? Lewis or Luis
Arise.
Arise? Thank you, Arise.
Mm.
So he's hitting 384. His batting average just dropped. But here's what's funny: everybody's saying, "Oh, he's batting average has dropped. He's going through a slump." Boys and girls, he's 50 points higher, almost 50 points higher than the next closest person to him, which is Ronald Acuna.
Yeah,
He's
which is wild.
47 points higher, I think it is. So everybody stop kung fu fighting and relax. It'll be okay.
I mean, he's got an OPS of what, like 9 or something, high 890, 90 something. So
913.
913.
Yeah. So 913. It's just he is phenomenally good this season. So 121 hits, 27 stolen bases. Yeah. Or I'm sorry, 27 walks, 1 stolen base. I mean, kid's good.
Yeah, I mean, kind of piggyback on that. He's really kind of holding Miami's offense together. He's probably like the quint. Miami was looking for like that contact guy who could hit for extra bases, not just hit singles. And I think he's really kind of put their offense together. They're playing really well right now. I know they're 8 games back of the Braves, and they just got swept by them. But they look really good. They look a lot better than some of the other National League wildcard teams, and I mean like a lot better, especially on the pitching side. Their pitching's really good. If they can add a piece or two at the deadline, this is a scary team that you do not want to play in the playoffs because they got speed and they got the pitching, so they can definitely make things happen when they needed to make happen. Needed to happen.
Or I'm yeah, yeah. Good call. Good call. Good call. All right, what you got?
Number 3,
Hmm.
I was gonna hop on over and I did an all-star podcast with Thomas for Chop House Chatter, so check that out.
Dude, we're still waiting on our episode coming over for Top Fan Rivalry.
Yeah, we're getting on that. So, but I want to hear your thoughts, Bill. Who's your favorite all-star and who's your least favorite all-star from either team?
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Probably favorite all-star Homer, Mookie Betts. Um, on the American League side, probably Shohei. He's going to be fun to watch. Least favorite all-star, I still don't think, I know you're not going to like this, but I still don't think Sean Murphy deserved the starting nod. I thought it was Will Smith in LA. And the other side, well, Texas has got their whole basically infield representing. So good question. I don't know if I have a least favorite on the American League side. Do you?
Uh, yeah, I actually have two on the American League side. I don't like the selections of Michael Lorenzen, who's not even the best pitcher on his team,
Okay.
or Whit Merrifield as the backup infielder for Toronto from Toronto. Not a big fan of those selections, but I really like the Felix Bautista for Baltimore. I think he's really good. He'll be fun to watch come out of the bullpen. And then another guy I really like on the All-Star team that I'm excited to watch is Corbin Carroll, because that guy can flat out hit.
You can flat out hit and you can flat out run.
Well, he doesn't run; he flies.
Yeah. Glides. He glides. Right. All right. So my number three is going to stay on your topic. Talk to me about predictions. Okay. Who wins the home run derby?
The home run derby. I mean, it's mostly an American League field, right? With Pete Alonso.
Um,
I think Pete Alonso and Mookie Betts are the only two National League players.
yeah.
Hmm, that's tough. I might go with, you know, I shouldn't pick against him because the last time I picked against him, he won. I'm just going to pick Pete Alonso because for some reason he just rakes in the home run derby. Every swing's a home run. So
Yeah. So I'm looking at the bracket, right? And I agree with you. Pete Alonso has got a shot, but so you got Luis Robert Jr. against Rushman, right? Eh. Garcia against Randy Rosarina. So Randy Rosarina is not going to do much because he can't round third and do his whole thing, right? Then you got Mookie Betts against Vlad Guerrero. Ooh, that's going to be fun. Then you got Pete Alonso against J Rod. When you look at the top bracket versus the bottom bracket, your top bracket, I'm going to say probably either Rushman or Robert is going to come out of that bracket. If you look at
my
that
only
bottom bracket,
my only worry for Rushman is he plays in a big ballpark and he's kind of conditioned to hit doubles.
yeah.
He's a big doubles guy. So
Well, the bottom bracket. Sorry, guys, it's Friday morning. I should be more awake than this, but I'm not. So the bottom bracket, you got Mookie Betts versus Vlad and Alonso versus J Rod. I think Alonso wins that matchup. I think Mookie wins that matchup. And then you've got it probably will end up being Robert against Alonso. So, good time, huh?
yeah.
Yes. Do you have any honorable mentions this week?
Honorable mentions. We missed it last week, so Domingo Herman threw a perfect game. You don't see those too often. So congratulations to him. It was against Oakland. And I know, guys, that Oakland isn't very good this year, but it still counts because it was in a major league game. So
Yeah, I listen. That's the first thing that my wife said after I came down and go, there was a perfect game thrown last night. She goes, yeah, but it was against Oakland. It doesn't matter. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. Let's not get stupid here. Right? It does matter.
yeah, just because Oakland has a bad team doesn't mean they're not major leaguers.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. 27 up, 27 down. We did miss that. The other honorable mention I'm going to say is, and you and I need to have a conversation about this at some point, is we need to have a conversation about what's going on in San Diego, right? They're 11 games out of the division, 7 or 8 games out of the wild card. They're 5 games under 500. They only have like 72 games left to play. Are they done?
I know you don't like trade rumors, but I've heard they're shopping some of their starting pitching.
Who would they be shopping?
I know Michael Wacha might be on an expiring deal this year.
Yeah, and
So
Blake Snell's got one more year in his contract, I think.
I think he's a free agent. That's why
Oh,
they're
is
looking.
he? I thought he had
Yeah.
one more year because I thought I looked it up and like, oh crap, he's got one more year.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it'll be. We'll have to have that conversation here pretty quick. So, yep. All right, Top Fan Rivalry followers, Friday morning. Do not forget tonight, watch party, Bruheim, Anaheim, Dodgers versus Angels. It'll be a great time. If you are going to be going to the game to the 66ers versus the Quakes in San Bernardino tomorrow, this Saturday. I'll be there. Look me up. Hit us up on our IG and let's see what we can do. Let's try to see if we can't meet up. So, Jackson,
I remember one more thing you posted about the other night.
What's that?
You could pre-order a Top Fan Rivalry jersey on the website.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Pre-ordering Top Fan Rivalry jerseys. Yes, you can. They are phenomenal looking. We're excited about where they go. I've got mine on pre-order. You can order them whichever color you want, but I'm excited for them. It's gonna be a good time. Good call, Jackson.
Yeah, I just remembered it. I was like, hey, I got to remember.
Wait a second.
What are we doing here?
That's right. Well, Jackson, thanks as usual. It's been a good time. Let's keep doing them, right?
Yeah.
All right, my great and good friend. Well, let's talk next week.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, bye.